The House bill does not ban warrantless searches for Americans' email. This allows NSA, in effect, to look through this giant pile of communications that are collected under 702 and deliberately conduct warrantless searches. Now, this loophole was closed during the Bush administration, but it was reopened in 2011. And a few months ago, the Director of National Intelligence acknowledged in a letter to me that the searches are ongoing today. As global communications get increasingly interconnected, this loophole is going to grow and grow and grow as a threat to the privacy of law-abiding Americans. How many of these warrantless searches for Americans' communications have been conducted under Section 702?
The searches under the provisions of the FISA Amendment Act, Section 702, are only conducted on lawfully acquired data and under Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Court approved procedures. The searches are not just conducted by NSA. They involve other agencies as well. So
when would I get an answer to the question? It's a very specific question. The director admitted to me in a letter that these warrantless searches are taking place. And now I'm going the next step and saying how many of them. I'd like it within 2 weeks because it is obviously relevant to making this part of the Senate bill because it was omitted in the House.
Yes, sir.
Can we have it within 2 weeks?
We'll work on that, sir. We'll get you a response within 2 weeks.
Thank you. Making some progress. Your agencies continue to vacuum up the phone records of millions of law-abiding Americans. And this is because the executive branch has not taken any action to stop these practices. The constitutional rights of Americans are needlessly being violated while, in effect, I guess the Congress, the administration waits for the Congress to act. And I think this is a case of bureaucratic inertia at its worst. Given that the government can use regular FISA orders and national security letters to quickly obtain the phone records of terrorists and their associates, something I support, why hasn't the bulk collection of Americans' phone records been ended?
Well, I think this is the same question that Senator Udall had asked, which is that the authorities that we have under national security letters and under other authorities, absent the 215 orders that we've all been talking about, don't really give us the tools that we need. The legislation, H.R. 3361, gives us those, including the 2 hops. It gives us the prospective collection. It gives us a wider range of information that we wouldn't have under normal authorities. It's not the same tool that we would have under either the legislation or what we have now.
Mr. Cole, I understand your agency's desire for clear statutory authority, and the chair of the committee has, I think, been constructive here in terms of urging some changes to the House proposal. But the reality is that current law gives the government broad authority right now to obtain records quickly, and the FISA court unquestionably has been inclined to give the government an enormous amount of latitude. So the fact that this dragnet surveillance is taking place right now is unacceptable to me.